Because video games are an interactive medium, they're ideal for rumors and speculation, most of which are impossible to disprove. And more often than not, the internet allows these fictional claims to spread like wildfire, taking on a complete life of their own. Stick around to find out some of the biggest lies and myths about some of our favorite video games that will surely surprise you. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. First up, Andromeda is the worst game ever created. There have been several horrible video games in the history of gaming. For example, there was E.T. the Extraterrestrial at the beginning, which wrecked the industry for years to come. Then there was Duke Nukem Forever, and now it seems like people are fascinated with the worst games of the year, decade, generation, and so on. Unfortunately, Andromeda seemed to be next. Was it sloppy? Yes. Was there clunkiness in the menus, leveling, or overall user interface? Absolutely. But it also featured some truly distinctive and intriguing design decisions, particularly in terms of its environment. Although some flaws were certainly present, such as animations, buggy models, and textures, which may pull a player out of the game, Andromeda is far from the worst game ever made, as many gamers like to claim, so we highly suggest trying this one out for yourself. Next up, we have the Overwatch line that is debated to this day. The so-called Mandela effect is very fascinating, isn't it? It's a situation in which a huge group of people all misremember a fact and almost always express disbelief that they've been completely wrong all along, as they are truly convinced that this was truth. The Mandela effect isn't very prevalent in video games, but it did occur in a big way after the debut of Overwatch, a popular first-person shooter. Many fans still believe that the character Mercy will say a line of dialogue in the game's waiting room that reveals she was a creator of Reaper. Reyes, this isn't what I had in mind for you. Fans have used social media for years to say that they remember hearing that statement in-game, implying that Mercy isn't quite the savior everyone thinks she is. However, the official explanation from Blizzard is that the phrase was never in the game, but that hasn't prevented gamers from concocting conspiracy theories about the developer discreetly removing the line and attempting to cover up their mistake by denying it. Next, Tomb Raider Nude Cheat Code. The so-called Nude Raider cheat code in the original Tomb Raider is one of the most persistent video game legends. Shortly after the game's debut, gaming magazines and playground gossip alike spread the rumor that players could remove Lara Croft's clothes by entering a cryptic cheat code. And let's face it, we've all been duped by that one friend who claimed to have the working code. However, no official secret nudity cheat has ever been provided for any Tomb Raider game. Eidos, the creators, were so enraged by the rumors that it threatened legal action against anyone who spread a so-called nude patch for PC versions of previous games in the series. Next, Minecraft is only for children. Let's start with the most common video game misconception, that Minecraft is only for kids. However, these days, the title is up against competition from games like Fortnite, which has emerged as the new cool thing. Minecraft was first given to the public in 2009, and it quickly grew in popularity as the decade progressed, eventually reaching consoles and eventually being purchased by Microsoft. When you consider the length of Minecraft's existence, it's actually rather difficult to pinpoint how and why the game was deemed suitable for children. Perhaps it was the tens of thousands of YouTubers who used Let's Play Minecraft videos to appeal to a younger audience. The game is vibrant and imaginative, and it hasn't slowed down since its first release. Minecraft's popularity and content continue to grow, despite the fact that it's now produced by Microsoft. In fact, it's difficult to find someone who hasn't played Minecraft in the last decade, which I believe more than disproves the notion that the game is primarily for kids. The next one is that Silent Hill is based on a real American town. This next one involves the popular video game The Silent Hill, and a lie that most people believe to be fact. There are several fan theories and rumors about the Silent Hill franchise, but one widely accepted truth is that the series' namesake region is based on the real-life Pennsylvania town of Centralia. Since 1962, an uncontrollable coal mine fire has been burning underground in Centralia, forcing the bulk of the town's people to relocate. There are only a total of 5 people left in the town as of 2017. The similarities between Centralia, a rural Rust Belt town, and Silent Hill's spooky hellhole are self-evident, not only because smoke and steam continue to rise from the ground in Centralia, much like Silent Hill's own nightmarish fog. Centralia, on the other hand, had little influence on the video game adaptation of Silent Hill, and the only observable link between the two was made during the 2006 film adaptation. While writing the Silent Hill film, screenwriter Roger Avery researched Centralia, even specifically stating in the film that Silent Hill had been abandoned 30 years prior due to a coal mine fire. However, if you consider the games to be their own distinct universe, they don't appear to owe Centralia anything. However, given how well the film replicates the tone and aesthetic of the games, it's natural if you get their distinct narratives mixed up. Up next, Pikachu used to have a black tail tip, and this one might get you as well. If you ask a lot of people, even die-hard Pokemon fans, what color Pikachu's tail tip is, they'll all say black, but unfortunately, this isn't the case. Pikachu's tail tip has always been entirely yellow, despite the fact that many fans swear blindly that it had a black tip until it was bafflingly removed in newer games. Any image of the black tip you find on the internet has been photoshopped, but how this concept became so common, even among Pokemon diehards, is a true mystery. Next, GTA San Andreas is hiding Bigfoot. The Baco Beyond section of San Andreas is said to be holding a secret, according to this next gaming myth. To be precise, a giant hairy one. When the game was originally released, people began to talk about spotting Bigfoot in the forest on the internet. Despite the fact that no one has ever succeeded to capture the elusive monster without the use of mods, searches have continued for years. Rockstar, the franchise, has publicly denied that Bigfoot exists in the game, yet stories persist, much like they do in real life, and players still try to spot the rare beast. Next is that Fallout 3 can predict the future. This next one is pretty wild and is definitely a myth that has no legs to stand on. This urban legend claims that Bethesda's Fallout 3 accurately predicted the Deepwater Horizon oil rig disaster. The in-game radio picks up pop tunes, task summaries, and more while you play Fallout 3. It also uses the Pip-Boy to broadcast what's said to be a series of numbers in the form of Morse code. It was rumored that this code was what foretold the disaster's day and hour. Then we have the Thief Bow upgrade myth. According to this myth, Thief, the Dark Project, has a secret section known as the Alaris family crypt in the Bonehorde area. Because there's a chunk of this area shut off by cave-ins, the rumor seems probable. According to legend, you must first reach a cliff and then squeeze through a narrow path to obtain this mega prize. The story of the bow upgrade appears to be employed as a hazing procedure, with new players being taught about it and then going on a quest to find the upgrade, which doesn't exist. Pretty brutal, but funny at the same time. Lastly, Final Fantasy VIII. Squall dies at the end of Disc 1. While this is really more of a fan theory than a flat-out lie, it was widely believed by fans to the point where Square Enix issued an official statement denouncing it. The theory claims that Squall Leonhardt, the protagonist of Final Fantasy VIII, dies at the end of the game's first disc after being stabbed by Edia's ice shard, and that the rest of the game is just his strange death dream. However, the creators have put these rumors to rest and stated that no, he does not die. And there you have it, everything you need to know about some of the biggest lies and myths regarding some of the most popular video games out there. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Did we forget any big myths that have been proven false? Which one surprised you the most? Let us know down below. But if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching.